Citizens, what is going on? I don't know if you can hear that. Is that footsteps? Is there someone outside? All I hear is the pitter-patter of feet. But I don't see anyone. Interesting. Anyways, I'm recording this after work on September 18th. I was away for 3 days because it is the opening of grouse season here in Canada, so I was out fairly far up north hunting, and so I got my limits and I was done, but I of course had to return back to civilization in order to work. And I'm recording this because things are always busy when I don't have any free time, and I usually need to produce a video right when I am kind of jam-packed and unable to do anything. And so I'm making a quick video just to let you know that as of this moment, 3.20 is out. So I'm recording this early so I can get it out as soon as I find out 3.20 patch has dropped. That means some of the information I have in here might not be correct if they made any last minute changes. But I really want to talk about this patch because there are some changes that are pretty severe, at least at the moment, that might affect you. Now, I haven't actually tried the patch. I haven't been into the PTU, so I don't really have a lot of video to show those things. I'm just kind of hanging out here over the planet here in Everest Harbor, so we're looking down at Hurston here, although I can't see Lorville out of this window here. But we're going to talk about what's known as the quality of life patch. They've made a lot of little changes to make Star Citizen better to play with 3.20, and I've heard a lot of positive things, but there are a couple things that I'm not a big fan of. Now, they have added the ability to somehow block calls. I think that's awesome. So if you don't want to have people always asking you to join their group or to send friend requests and stuff, you can actually set up in the game block calls, so you're only receiving comm calls from specific people in your friends list, or you can kind of change what is being allowed there. I think that's great. A huge quality of life improvement, I should just go grab my ship while I talk about this, is that they've aligned quantum HUD markers. Now, if you don't know what that means, and you've ever flown a Cuddy Black, you'll know that the HUD marker, when you're pointing, when you're trying to aim at your marker in order to spool up your jump drive, never lines up. It's actually a lot lower. So they've spent some time apparently aligning those HUD markers, which I think is awesome. They've removed, or I shouldn't say they removed, they've added actually a timer to bed logging in some cases. So they removed the ability to combat bed log. So if you're a pirate and you're trying to attack somebody, the fact that they can just hop into a bed and log out and go to another server is not really an option. Although you can still kind of do it in armistice zones if someone's kind of locking down a station. So it's not a massive help to pirates, but it does help in some cases that you'll get a warning if you're trying to bed log while you've recently been in combat. Two cool ones that I'm really happy with are MFD persistence, which means that I get into my ship for the first time. If you claim it, they do respawn, but if you get into MFD, or you get into your ship first time and you got the MFDs, you go, I don't like this setup. This shield here, I kind of wish that was up here. So I'm going to put my shields up here, and I'm going to put this one down here and change this to heat signatures. That should stay when you then power down your ship or get out of the ship and store it and then take it out later. As long as you haven't claimed it, as long as your ship wasn't destroyed, it should remember the MFD. So that is a change that has been a long time coming. They still haven't updated. They're still using the Flash program for the MFDs. They don't have the new building blocks, I think it's called. But the fact that that is now a saved persistence that should work, so when you store a ship and take it out, it should work. They've also made a change which I do not like at all. Now I get in a ship and I hit R and it puts me into flight ready. That's always what I've done when I have my tutorials. I say get in your ship, you hit R, and it gets the flight ready. If that's what you've been doing, you're going to find that that does not work in 3.2 as of now. What you need to do, it still is an option that you can do, but you have to hold down right Alt R. So you can't hold down your left Alt and R. You can't use just your left hand and hold those two keys at the same time. It is the right Alt, specific, and R. Now you could probably rebind that, but the default is going to be really confusing to some people if they don't know that. They're going to get into the game, they're going to get in the ship, and they're going to have to search around doing something like this and find powering on and powering up the ship that way, engines on, because they don't know that just tapping R is no longer flight ready. It's right Alt R. I don't know why they changed that. They're going to maybe rebind R to something else. I don't know what they plan on doing to it. I don't know why they made the change that instead of hitting R, you have to hit right Alt R, because you can tap it 12 times now. It doesn't turn your ship off, so it was never an issue about it being kind of in the way. So I don't know why R has been turned into right Alt R, but that's one of the biggest things. Salvage missions. If you're doing salvage missions, before you had to basically salvage almost the entire vehicle in order to consider it a completed job, and then you would get the bigger and bigger ships. You could always abandon them anytime you want without any repercussions, but it was hard to salvage the entire ship unless you had a vulture. If you're trying to do it hand mining to get to bigger ships to maybe try some of the looting, it was really hard. But now you only have to salvage 50% of the ship to consider it complete to move on to the bigger ships. I think that's a cool thing. And the biggest change of all has been there was lots of talk. CAG said that if they could fix some of the issues with the duping issue with the mule, that they might be wiping. They hadn't decided if they were going to do any sort of wipe. It might be a partial wipe, maybe some rep, maybe some money, maybe some items, but maybe not everything together. There is no wipe for 3.20. CIG just put out yesterday, I believe it was, that there is no wipe. That is good news. That doesn't mean you're not going to lose anything. What is this? What's in the space here? Parts of a ship? Yeah, something blew up. I can't really tell what that was before. So there's not going to be a wipe, but that doesn't mean you're not going to lose everything. If you bought ships in-game and you put some gear on them, you might lose that if you hadn't stored them correctly. If you looted gear, like let's say I went to a bunker, and from that bunker I looted a bunch of gear, there's a good chance that if I left it in my ship or I had it stored in local inventory in my ship but not somewhere else, I might lose that because you didn't store it in local inventory. Anything consumable that's stackable, so all your food, so when I go and I loot food and leave it around the verse in order to eat, after the wipe I'm going to have to do that again. Food and ammo will be gone. Rentals are gone, and if you have any refinery jobs in a refinery and you haven't picked up those goods and sold them, there's a good chance you'll lose those refinery jobs. Same with, I don't know about cargo in ships if that'll be lost, but there's a good chance that that would be lost at all. So that's what's basically happening. Now, I'm going to add one more thing here. For anyone looking at this video, I'm going to put in the title that it is possible to play 3.20 for free. And the reason why, it's a little bit of a clickbait, but, you know, wanted you guys to watch because I want to let people know about this. The best way, if you don't have Star Citizen and to get Star Citizen, is you can enter a contest and you can potentially win the game. And I am holding a contest now. The chances of winning are actually quite good because all you need to do is I have a series of videos with an Aurora MR Foundation Festival pack. So it comes with the Foundation Festival paint, which is exclusive to that pack, and the ship and the game download itself. All you need to do is watch my series and respond to the questions there. The questions are really easy to find because I have them in the video description in a time code, plus they're highlighted in yellow on the screen. Just answer those questions, respond to those questions. If you don't have the game, you don't need it to respond to those questions because some of them are just like, what do you think about this mechanic of the game, or what would you do differently? Once you've responded to those questions, you're basically entered to win the game package. All you need to do then is just to be a subscriber. Being a subscriber helps me out. The more subscribers I have, the more money I make. I'm only making about maybe 20 cents a day currently on my YouTube videos, so it's taken me a while, but every time I do get enough money to get paid by AdSense, I'm putting that back into the community by buying game packages and giving them away. So if you want to be involved in this or any future giveaway, being a subscriber definitely helps me out. Watching the videos definitely help me out. Give it a like. That also definitely helps me out. But that's all you need to do, and I think out of my series, the video with the most responses is only about 7 right now. So really, if you answer, you have like a greater than 1 in 10 chance of winning this game package. Just respond to every video, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly choose one of the videos from that series when the series is done, and then randomly choose a comment, and that person is going to win that game package. So that's it. 3.20 is out now. Hopefully everything's running smoothly. If it runs like crap for the first couple days, don't be surprised, because that is how patches tend to go with CIG. They come out and they don't run well, which is why I'm not a big fan of them always doing one right at the end of the year before they go on Christmas holidays, and then a month of just garbage while we're trying to get it to work. But the news I've heard so far, 3.20 is running fairly smoothly, so let's hope that is the case. So I'm going to keep doing a little bit of work here out in the verse with this ship here. I should be pretty far away from Everest Harbor now. I've been flying for a while. There it is. So that is it. I'm going to do a little bit of racing. That video is going to come out in the future. So this is the Aurora that you can win. This is what it looks like. And the next series that I will be putting out, I believe, is how to upgrade this ship. Because you'll notice I now have extra guns here that I didn't have before. And then after that, it's going to be doing some racing. And then after that, maybe some bounty hunting. So until next time, I hope to see everyone soon in the verse. Go into that contest, head into the verse, and try out 3.20. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching.